HOA burned my tent near the lake. I was an undercover cop. Now they're all behind bars. The lake was a mirror of secrets, its glassy surface hiding truths as dark as the pines that cradled it. I was Jake Malone, an undercover cop embedded in the tight-knit lakeside HOA community where manicured lawns masked simmering grudges. My mission: infiltrate their inner circle to expose a web of fraud and extortion orchestrated by the HOA board. But I never expected it to end with flames licking my tent and a betrayal that cut deeper than any knife. For months, I played the part of a quiet newcomer, renting a modest cabin by Lake Serenity. The HOA, led by Karen Whitaker and her deputy, Evelyn Cross, ruled with iron smiles. They enforced rules with zeal: fines for untrimmed hedges, warnings for unapproved mailboxes. But whispers of their darker dealings reached the precinct. Skimming dues, blackmailing residents, even rigging local elections. My job was to get close, gather evidence, and bring them down. Karen was the queen bee, her voice sharp as a whip, her eyes scanning for weakness. Evelyn, her shadow, was colder, calculating, always watching. I earned their trust by volunteering for their community patrols, nodding along as they ranted about outsiders ruining their perfect enclave. But I saw the cracks. Families pressured into silence, businesses squeezed for protection. My hidden recorder captured every damning word. The turning point came at the annual Lakeside Festival, a facade of neighborly cheer. I'd been invited to camp by the lake with the board attest. I knew. That night, under a sky bruised with stars, tensions boiled. Karen, emboldened by wine, accused me of asking too many questions about the HOA's finances. Evelyn's gaze pinned me like a specimen. I deflected, but the air crackled with suspicion. Then, a scream shattered the night. It was Lila, a shy retiree I'd befriended. She stumbled into the campsite, her face pale, clutching a ledger she'd stolen from Karen's office. Pages of falsified accounts, names of coerced residents, proof of their crimes. "They're monsters," she whispered, trembling. Karen lunged for the ledger, but I blocked her, my cover teetering. Evelyn's eyes narrowed. She sensed I wasn't who I claimed. The twist came from an unexpected ally. Tom, the HOA's gruff maintenance man, who'd been silent all night. He stepped forward, his voice low but firm. "I've seen what you do, Karen. I'm done covering for you." Tom, I later learned, had been blackmailed into silence for years. His daughter's job threatened. His defiance ignited chaos. Karen, enraged, grabbed a torch from the campfire and hurled it at my tent. Flames roared, consuming my gear and nearly my evidence. I tackled Karen, pinning her as Evelyn fled into the dark. Lila clutched the ledger, sobbing, while Tom radioed for help. Backup arrived, sheriffs I'd coordinated with for weeks. Karen screamed about her rights, but the ledger, my recordings, and Tom's testimony sealed their fate. The HOA's reign collapsed as cuffs snapped on Karen, Evelyn, and their cronies. But the victory was bitter. Lila, racked with guilt for sparking the fire, vanished from Lakeside, unable to face the community's judgment. Tom lost his job, shunned by those loyal to the old regime. And me? I left the lake with scars, literal ones from the fire, and deeper ones from betraying people I'd come to know. The lake, once a symbol of peace, now reflected only ash and broken trust. The HOA's crimes were exposed, their empire dismantled, but at what cost? Families were torn apart, friendships shattered. I'd done my job, but the community I'd sworn to protect lay in ruins. Karen and Evelyn sat behind bars, their smugness replaced by defeat, yet I couldn't shake the weight of Lila's absence or Tom's sacrifice. What does justice mean when it leaves a community fractured? Share your thoughts. Where do you stand on the line between right, wrong, and the price of truth?